It's 11 p.m. You've been in the same spot for 3 hours. It's not just any night. Your best friend just got promoted. Someone's celebrating a birthday that got pushed back weeks because nobody could ever get their schedules to line up. And the quiet one in the corner, the one who's barely spoken all week, just went through a breakup and needs tonight to erase everything for a while. There's always a reason to drink. There always is. 6 vodkas in. 3 beers before that. Plus something the bartender called the house special, with a smile that didn't totally convince you, but you're fine. Better than fine. You're at that exact point where everything's funny, where you feel invincible, where the music sounds better, and every conversation feels deeper than it's ever been. This is exactly what Saturdays are for. Your friend orders another round. You think, I'm already past my limit, but what difference does one more make? You take it. Then another, because someone's paying and turning it down feels rude. Then one more, because the night's still young, and so are you. And then something shifts. The room starts spinning, not the fun kind of spinning from an hour ago. A different kind. One that isn't funny at all. Your stomach twists. The noise around you gets distant, like someone turned down the volume on the entire world. You try to follow the conversation. The words don't land anywhere. You lean on the bar and tell yourself you just need a minute. You stand up to head to the bathroom. 2 steps in, and the floor moves under you in a way that shouldn't be physically possible. Your legs stop responding the way they're supposed to. The bathroom's at the back. It suddenly feels impossibly far. You don't make it. Before we get into why your brain is about to forget how to keep you alive, let's pause for a second. I'm going to tell you something about alcohol. You decide, true or false. First, if you throw up, you get the alcohol out of your system and you're safe. True or false? False. Once alcohol is in your bloodstream, throwing up changes nothing. It's already in, already acting. The only thing vomiting does when you're unconscious is put you at risk of choking on your own stomach contents, which is actually worse than not vomiting at all. Second, a strong coffee and a cold shower sober you up and get rid of the drunkenness. True or false? False. Coffee just makes you a wide-awake drunk person. That's it. Your liver processes alcohol at a fixed rate, roughly 1 standard drink per hour, and nothing on earth speeds that up. Not coffee, not ice water, not the supplements sold at gas stations at 3 a.m. Third, you can only die from alcohol if you mix it with other substances, or if you're drinking something high-proof. True or false? False. Alcohol is alcohol. Beer just takes more volume to get you there, but the math is identical. Enough ethanol in your blood, regardless of where it came from, and your brainstem shuts down. People have died from beer alone, on a completely ordinary night out. You just subscribed, because what's coming next is going to change how you see every single toast for the rest of your life. So let's talk about why this actually happens. Ethanol is a central nervous system depressant. When you drink it, about 20% gets absorbed directly through your stomach. The rest moves into your small intestine, enters your bloodstream, and crosses the blood-brain barrier in a matter of minutes. It doesn't ask permission. There's no back door. It just goes in. Your brain runs on a delicate balance between signals that activate neurons and signals that slow them down. Ethanol boosts GABA, your brain's main inhibitory neurotransmitter. At first, that feels incredible. Less anxiety, more sociability, less filter between what you think and what you say. That's the part that hooks everyone. But if you keep drinking, alcohol doesn't stay in that comfortable zone. It starts shutting down entire regions of your brain, one at a time, like someone walking through a building flipping off the lights. First goes the frontal lobe, which controls judgment and self-control. That's exactly why drink number 12 starts to feel completely reasonable, when drink number 3 should have been the line. Next goes the cerebellum, which handles balance and coordination. That's why you stumble, slur your words, can't walk a straight line. But there's a deeper region, one that doesn't control what you think or how you move. One that controls whether you're still alive. Ever wonder what part of your body works non-stop while you sleep, while you're distracted, while you just exist without thinking about it? That's your brainstem, the structure at the base of your skull, the life support system for your entire body. It controls automatic breathing, heart rate, and consciousness itself. You don't have to think about breathing, because your brainstem does it for you, 24 hours a day, every day of your life, until alcohol reaches it. Once your blood alcohol concentration crosses 0.3%, you're entering real danger territory. At 0.4%, roughly 10 to 12 drinks consumed quickly, depending on your body weight, your brainstem starts to give out. The respiratory center, the group of neurons telling your diaphragm to contract, gets so suppressed that its signals turn erratic. Your breathing slows, becomes irregular, and eventually stops. You don't decide to stop breathing. Your brain simply forgets how. At the same time, you lose consciousness, and your gag reflex disappears with it. That means if you throw up, and you almost certainly will, because alcohol irritates the stomach, the vomit doesn't come out through your mouth. It goes down your windpipe, into your lungs, and you drown from the inside, while your body is too paralyzed to react. Two paths, respiratory failure or vomit aspiration, both end in the same place. Let's walk through it, hour by hour, from the first drink to the bathroom floor. Hour 1. Everything is exactly what you wanted it to be. You're present, loose. Alcohol is delivering on its promise. Your blood alcohol rises slowly at first. At 0.05%, you feel relaxed. At 0.08%, you're legally intoxicated in most countries. At 0.12%, you're clearly past your limit, but still functional. Your frontal lobe is already starting to check out, which is exactly why you say yes to the next round without a second thought. Between hour 1 and hour 2, you cross a line you can't see. Your level hits 0.2%, then 0.25%, approaching 0.3%. At this range, you're in blackout territory. You can be walking and talking and still not forming a single memory. Your vision blurs. The room won't stop spinning. Your friends start noticing something's off, but you insist you're totally fine. How many times have you seen that? How many times have you said it? If this is starting to feel uncomfortable to watch, hit like. That discomfort means you're paying attention. Between hours 2 and 3, it's not fun anymore. You're sitting down because standing is no longer possible. Your skin is pale and sweaty. You feel like you might throw up, pass out, or both at once. Your blood alcohol is somewhere between 0.35% and 0.4%. For reference, 0.4% is the lethal dose for roughly half the people who reach it. Your breathing has gone shallow. Instead of the normal 12 to 16 breaths per minute, you're down to 6 or 8. Your brainstem is fighting to keep your respiratory system online. Your friends try to keep you awake. Light taps on the face, saying your name, asking if you can hear them. You can barely respond. And then your body gives out completely. You don't fall asleep. You lose consciousness. That difference matters enormously. Asleep, someone can wake you up. Unconscious, they can't. By hours 3 and 4, you're fully unconscious. Your breathing is critically slow, one breath every 15 seconds, then every 30. Sometimes the pauses stretch so long that the people next to you can't tell if you're still breathing at all. The neurons in your brainstem's respiratory center are so suppressed, they're barely functioning. Your oxygen levels drop. Your lips and fingernails start turning blue. And then one of two things happens. You throw up, but since you're unconscious and your gag reflex is gone, none of it comes out. It goes down your windpipe, into your lungs. Stomach acid, partially digested food, alcohol. Your lungs can't handle it. You can't cough. You can't clear it. Your oxygen saturation hits 0 in under a minute. Or, no vomit, no visible drama at all. Your diaphragm simply stops contracting because your brain stopped sending the signal. One last shallow breath. Then nothing. Your chest stops moving. Your heart keeps beating for a few more minutes. It has its own electrical system. But without oxygen, it eventually stops too. Your friends find you in the bathroom 15 minutes later. They call for help. Paramedics take 8 minutes to arrive. By then, it's been over 20 minutes since you stopped breathing. Total time from your first drink to death, under 4 hours. So what does this actually feel like from the inside? Hour 1 feels exactly like you wanted it to, free, light, more you than you've ever felt. Alcohol delivers on its promise. That's exactly why we've been drinking it for thousands of years. Then comes a turning point. It's subtle at first. The room spins a little faster. Your stomach sends a warning your brain, already too intoxicated, can't process correctly. You tell yourself you just need water, that sitting down for a minute will fix it, that it'll pass. It doesn't pass. Your awareness starts working like a radio signal with bad reception. You're there. Then you're not. Then you come back for a moment, with no idea how much time has passed. You try to form a thought, and it dissolves before it goes anywhere. You feel an enormous weight, not in your arms or legs, but somewhere inside, like something is switching off from the center outward. The last thing you're probably vaguely aware of is feeling very, very unwell and very tired. Not the tired of someone who wants to rest. The tired of something shutting down. And then there's no darkness, no transition, no moment where you think, this is it. You were there, and then you weren't. No suffering in the final seconds. No panic. No last image. Just the silence of a system that stopped running. You're 26 years old, and you died in a bar bathroom while your friends ordered another round at the table next to you. Let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie, even when we wish they would. In the United States, roughly 2,200 people die every year from acute alcohol poisoning. That's about 6 people a day. And most of them, around 76%, aren't teenagers at their first college party. They're adults between 35 and 64. People with jobs, families, a whole life behind them. In Mexico, according to public health data, alcohol consumption is directly linked to over 30,000 deaths a year, once you include accidents, liver disease, and acute poisoning. The most dangerous drinking pattern, heavy consumption packed into just a few hours, is also the most culturally normalized. Quinceañeras, weddings, birthdays, work celebrations. There's always a reason. Someone's always pouring one more. And here's the real issue. Alcohol tolerance depends on body weight, sex, genetics, what you ate that day, how fast you drank, and a dozen other variables you can't calculate in real time in the middle of a party. What didn't affect you last Saturday could kill you this Saturday, and there's no way to know in advance. The most dangerous part isn't the alcohol itself. It's what we do when someone next to us goes too far. We let them sleep it off. We don't want to make a scene. We don't want trouble. We don't want the night to end like that. That one small decision, not to call for help, is what turns a treatable emergency into a preventable death. If someone next to you can't stand, isn't responding when you talk to them, or their breathing looks wrong, don't let them sleep it off. Call emergency services. You cannot get in trouble for saving someone's life. And if they wake up embarrassed the next day, good. Embarrassment fades. The other outcome doesn't. Be the boring one tonight. Be the one who insists, even when everyone says you're overreacting. Be the one who shows up at breakfast the next morning. Share this with someone who needs to see it today, because the alternative is staying on that bathroom floor, while the music keeps playing on the other side of the door, and nobody notices you're not coming back out. Acute alcohol poisoning never announces itself. It shows up disguised as a good night, a celebration, one more drink among people who care about each other. And the difference between living and not living often comes down to one person who recognized the signs in time and had the courage to act. That person could be you.